Hello and welcome to brand new vlog. I'm Lucas and I found a 5-cent coin on the street. But what if I could turn this 5-cent coin and make it into a €1 coin? This is going to be a very factual vlog about making money using money. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through different ways you can use money and create more money. Because who doesn't like making money? Apart from the people who say that money doesn't give you happiness, except money does kind of give you happiness because money gives you stuff, which in turn gives you more happiness. So, yeah. Right, so the first way is by gambling, and this is the most common way that people make money. Essentially, you're risking your money to gain more money. It's kind of a simple concept, except there are a lot of implications. There are a lot of factors which can influence your decision and ultimately win or lose you more money. Now, gambling is a game of chance. There is no surefire way of earning money simply through gambling. Although, if you look at the stats, the chances of you winning back the money that you invested is high. If you want a simple example of this happening, you can simply look at a game of roulette. Now, roulette is basically where a ball turns in a wheel and then you end up winning money if the number that it lands on corresponds to what you bet. So there is 38 numbers, which is numbers from 1 to 36 and 0 and a double zero. Now, if you use experimental probability, you'll find out that each number should appear once every 38 games. But most people misinterpret this data and they think that if a number had appeared once, it's unlikely that it's going to appear again because experimental probability. And that is also known as the gambler's fallacy, because what most gamblers will do is they will bet on something that has not yet appeared because they believe it has a higher chance, and it doesn't. Each number has an equal chance of appearing. It's just gambler's fallacy. It's just a misinterpretation of experimental probability. However, if you bet on a single number 38 times, you will have a good chance of winning that money back. In fact, there is a 64% chance that your number will appear at least once in 38 games. Maybe more if you are lucky. But there is still a 36% chance that you will lose all the money you've invested, and that is kind of bad. So what other way is there of making money? Well, there is another way, and that is through investing it in a savings account in a bank. Banks usually create these saving accounts where you can put your money in, and what the bank does is they don't keep the money inside the account. They actually use the money to gain more money. So they're really good. They use stock market things, and essentially they make profit. And what they do with the profit is some of them they keep, and then they'll give some of it back to you as an investment because you basically helped them gain that money. So you get part of the profit. Now, usually the interest rate is very, very low. So I use an example. If the interest rate was 0.75% each year, so each year there's an extra 0.75% in your account. Well, you can expect to double the amount of money you invested in that account in 93 years. Yeah, 93 years, and that is if you don't touch the money inside the savings account. So basically, by the time you double the amount of money inside that account, you essentially are dead. You could give it to your children, but then again, you won't benefit from it, and you'll just end up wasting the money, well, at least in your lifetime. It's a good present for your children. So is there any other way you could make money using money. Wait, how about we look at this in another way? Maybe we don't look at the value of the money as it's printed, but maybe the value it contains. Maybe if we look at the metal composition, we might find real value inside those coins. Perhaps we could melt the coins and then make a profit out of it. Great, so let's look at the smallest coin you can get, which is the 1 cent euro coin. So the euro cent coin is a copper covered steel coin weighing 2.3 grams. Great, so now we know what the coin is made of and we know the weight. Let's look at how much each of the metal costs. Now, copper costs around 5,000 euros per ton. That's not really good because you need to be able to match up to the 2.3 grams and 5,000 per ton. That would mean it's less than a cent per gram. So that's not a good sign. But we could look at steel, because steel is the main composition of the coin. Copper is just the plating. Turns out steel is only 120 American dollars, which is around 100 euros. And that's not good, because this means that a kilo of steel is worth less than a cent. And that means that melting the cent coin will actually lose you around 95% of its value. However, the random fact, it actually takes more than a cent to make a cent coin, because it's not the material that requires more money, but it's the process, because the process is very complicated. You need the right presses, you need the right tools, and each 1 and 2 cent coins is actually worth more to make than it is to actually give. And the problem is that people keep all of those cent coins to themselves whenever they do transaction, so the government has to end up making more and more of these 1 and 2 cent coins. So they're actually thinking about removing the 1 and 2 cent and instead replacing them all with 5 cents. So 5 cent is soon going to be the smallest coin value you can get, and the other two would just become obsolete, unusable. And it's actually already happening in a lot of countries. And actually, this brings me to my last point. There's actually a way of making money with a 5 cent coin if it's a valuable 5 cent coin. Sometimes coins are more valuable than their face value because they either have a very special date, design, or are simply no longer in use anymore in any system, such as the 1 and 2 euro cent coin. And this actually brings up the value. There's actually a very specific name for these type of coins, and those are called collection coins. Usually the money that you give to other people, those are called circulation coins, and those retain their face value. A 5 cent coin will stay as a 5 cent coin because it's a 5 cent coin. But if it's a 5 cent coin that is no longer in use, it becomes a circulation coin. And these coins actually have a much higher value than their face value. For example, in Switzerland, we don't use 1 and 2 cent coins anymore, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. I went online and I typed in 1 cent Swiss coin, and I found this eBay article which is willing to give away a Swiss 1 cent coin for 10 American dollars. So essentially, you've basically multiplied the value of the coin by 1,000. But you could also possibly have circulation coins. Not all circulation coins are no longer in use. There is certain coins with special designs, and especially in Euro, they allowed, I think, the 2 cent coin to have a special design every year based on a country's design. And if that design no longer exists anywhere else but on your coin, you can gain a lot of money by giving it to a enthusiastic coin collector. Even the coins you're holding right now, if you're holding any coins, could become valuable because resources are getting rarer every single day. Thus, the value of metal will increase every single day as well, and it might even reach a point where people stop using coins and will change to either paper money or electronic money. And when that day happens, all the coins will lose their face value and either become worthless pieces of metal, or if they are rare enough, they will become valuable coins, which you can sell to a coin collector for a high price, even though they probably already have the coin. But unfortunately, if you don't have any of those type of coins, all you can do is wait. And it seems like that's the only way you can make money out of money, is wait. Unless you're willing to take that 64% chance of gaining profit using gambling. But that is your choice entirely. Of course, if you're under the age of 18, like I am, don't gamble. It's not good for you. You're going to end up going to gamble away all your pocket money and you won't have enough for sweets. So, yeah. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you watch another one of my videos, and I shall say to you, goodbye.